So, like virtually everybody else in America, I too would prefer to live in walkable communities with beautiful aesthetics. I actually lived in a brownstone that looked like this when I lived in New York City, and it has always made me so sad that I can find nothing like this literally anywhere else in the US. But I'm really tired of people acting like this is just an aesthetic choice, that this is just something builders decided to stop doing, because nothing could be further from the truth. There are at least 6 reasons I can think of off the top of my head that prevent this kind of building from being created anymore, and you need to be aware of it if you want to change that fact. Most cities actually ban attached housing like row houses or townhouses from being built under something called single family zoning. Under this kind of regulation, each home that is created has to sit on its own detached lot, which often prohibits having things like shared walls and small footprints that make row houses efficient and affordable. In many metro areas, 60 to 80% of residential land is zoned single family only. Number two, even where multi-unit or attached homes are allowed, local codes often require really large minimum land lots. For instance, 5,000 to 10,000 square feet per unit. Row homes like these often sit on 1,200 to 2,000 square feet for comparison. So these minimums make them illegal to build under modern rules. Number three, many zoning codes often require 1 to 2 parking spaces per unit, which is nearly impossible on a narrow row house lot without demolishing walkability or adding costly garages. So ultimately, these kinds of mandates raise the cost, and they also reduce density, effectively banning this type of housing in urban neighborhoods, even though many urban areas have trains and people don't necessarily need cars. Number four, you have something called setback and height restrictions. Yes, the government literally gets this nitpicky. So modern codes often require really large fronts, sides, or rear setbacks, which push homes further apart. Row houses, in contrast, have zero side setbacks. They literally have shared walls, and many also exceed height caps, which limit new construction to 2 or 2.5 stories. Number five, you have historic district and aesthetic regulations. Do you just love old homes? Just love the history? You think that you should have historical overlays and make it really tough for people to change what those buildings look like? Thank yourself for high housing costs. You often have historic preservation rules that limit infill or alterations even in neighborhoods with existing row homes. So while they protect the look of the very lucky people who are able to access this old housing, they often block new buildings of similar style or density from being built. Number six, you have subdivision and fire code rules. So modern subdivision ordinances sometimes require side access. You have to have utility easements or minimum spacing between walls, which make having these kinds of attached units illegal. And ultimately, if you make it really expensive to build something, builders are going to choose to build more expensive options so that they can actually turn a profit. You can be really, really picky about how people choose to build their homes and what your neighborhood looks like, or you can have affordable housing, but you typically cannot have both.